Hi, Sweepy.
Vroom! Hello, Mummy Bear.
Crikey, what on earth happened there?
That was just me coming into the room at extremely high speeds. Because we have got...
I wasn't expecting that.
No, you really weren't. Well, because I had to come in the room because we've got an amazing podcast coming here.
We have.
And, oh my gosh, we've got it with the most amazing person called Derry.
Oh, Derry.
Has...
From Special Plants Nursery.
Exactly, and she has the most amazing plants, awesome humour, so funny to chat to, and
Incredible history.
the history, it was
Yeah.
mind-blowing, and she says she has to cut it a long story short, but keep it kind of long because otherwise you don't get the insides.
Well, so basically we had a very long chit-chat with Derry, a very,
Yeah.
very, very interesting person.
Mm-hmm.
She has been brought up a couple of times on previous episodes of Chit-Chats. In fact, I threw that in there at one point in
You
this
did.
chat, and I just said, oh, Derry, you should know that Lucy from Foster Irises
Yeah.
and Tom from Biocentric both mentioned you, and it was really connected to nothing that we were talking about at that moment,
No.
but somehow I wanted to shoehorn it in there.
And I wanted her to know that so many people, love her. It was so funny, and it was amazing to hear about her from other people, and then to finally talk to her. I must say I was kind of in a bit of like a
You were slightly starstruck.
moment.
Yeah.
I was really, really happy to finally meet her and to chat with her.
So it slightly interrupted the flow, but at least we got to tell her how great everyone thinks she is.
Yeah.
But enough about that, we're fangirling. Derry was on Gardener's World episode 8 last year, and if you can cast your mind back to then, Derry was talking about doing an exhibit again at Chelsea Flower Show, having refrained from doing it for 25 years.
Yeah.
Prior to that, she was doing them regularly.
Yeah.
And so we hear about that decision, why she stopped doing it, and then why she decided to continue doing it. We also hear how she got on,
Yeah.
and that is in amongst also hearing about her dream garden. And Derry has a wonderful imagination.
Brilliant.
So we have a very water-filled garden. There are waterfalls, plunge pools.
There's everything, but she let her mind go
Yeah.
with all of it, which was just so much fun. And I was like, wow, this is coming from Derry. I mean, this is just amazing.
You're still fangirling, Sweet Pea. Be cool.
Okay,
We've
time
got to
out.
be cool.
I'm all good.
Be cool.
Back in.
We should do a little shout out to Chris Miller from Grow Cardiff, who
Yeah.
we had back on Series 1, because he's a bit of a pioneer with one of the plants that's brought up here. This has been repeated by a couple of other guests, but also Derry. So Chris and Derry on the same page with this very fragrant plant. And talking of fragrance, I once again bring up smelly salvias. I've got to stop talking
You
about
have a thing with
armpit
the smelly
salvias.
salvias.
But I'm glad I did with Derry because she completely agreed with me. Me and Derry, great minds.
Well, guess what? Many other people have agreed with me, so... And Derry's still great, even though she didn't agree with me.
I
so...
still love her.
I still love her. So no worries.
So format, Sweetie.
Right, well, for her dream garden, we had garden boundary, shed or greenhouse, 5 ornamentals, 5 edibles, 1 statement tree, pond or pool plus 1 plant, which wasn't really needed because it was water everywhere,
Yeah.
and favourite seating area, favourite drink, and 1 final plant for that area.
Absolutely. And we have some links to a couple of the places that Derry mentions, and also, of course, to Derry's website, Special Plant Nursery. You can find those on our website, notjustagarden.co.uk. If you go to the Gardens tab, you'll see everybody who's been on the Chit-Chats so far and links to the places that they talk about and to their websites.
Yeah, their recommendations. It's full of colours. It's very
And
beautiful.
It is, and you can find pins on the map there as well, so you can see where they're located. And also we have all the Chit-Chats, a rogues gallery of Chit-Chats on the Chit-Chats page, and
Yep.
then all the Gardener's World recaps on the recaps page.
Full of fun faces.
And of course, if you want to get in touch, if you've got any feedback or you've got anything nice to say, ideally, please do
That's always
contact
nice.
us. You can do it through the contacts page or to our email address, which is notjustagarden@outlook.com.
Exactly.
Oh, and Sweet Pea, I mustn't forget to say, you know Valentine's Day is coming up soon.
Love is in the air.
Well, more than love, gardening is, because Gardener's World compilations start up again.
Gardening's better than love.
Yes.
Yeah, to a certain point. No, gardening is great, and as you say, compilations.
Compilations,
The
exactly.
best mashup of all the best things from the season.
Absolutely. So that's starting on the 14th of February, something to look forward to.
Lovely. Looking forward to that.
And finally, I should just mention some of the noises that we get to hear.
Of course.
We always enjoy including these. There are some tummy gurgles, and I'm not sure whose tummy was going, but you will
might have
hear
been mine.
intermittently tummy gurgles occurring. And then also Derry's battery starts to run out towards the end, and I think that reduces her volume. So
Yeah.
we peter out a little bit. I've tried to bump it up as much as I can.
Gotcha.
But I think you can still just hear her. So
Okey-dokes.
let's get stuck into this one.
Let's fangirl into this.
Let's fangirl our way into this one. This is episode 23, a good old chit-chat with Derry.
Off we go.
Welcome, Derry, to Good Old Chit-Chat.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Thanch so much for joining us.
Yes.
We saw you on Gardener's World fairly early on last year. It was episode 8, wasn't it? So that was about March, April time, May
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And you were talking on the show about how you hadn't done anything at any RHS shows for 25 years. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And how you had decided this year you were going to do an exhibit, and we got to see some of the plants that you were considering, and we got to see a little bit around your special plants nursery.
Yep.
First question is, how did Chelsea Flower Show go?
Yes.
Oh, it was great. It was
Yeah.
really amazing. It went together so easily.
Oh, really?
I mean, doing the exhibit was an absolute pleasure and a doddle, just picking all the prettiest plants in the old nursery
Yeah.
and taking them all up there with some really nice people, two nice, wonderful guys who helped me do it. And we just sped through it and threw it together, and it just coalesced immediately.
Yeah.
It was really fun doing it. And then, being back at Chelsea was amazing.
Was there the buzz again?
It was a buzz. It's
Yeah.
too much, really. I'm too old. It's too much. It's
Adrenaline.
ridiculous. It's harder work than anything else. They expect
Yeah.
you to be there from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, 7 days a week. I mean,
Right,
Jesus,
right.
give me a break.
Yeah, quite. And is that the reason you stopped doing it? Because it just was too heavy going?
Partly, but mostly that doing the big RHS shows, and especially doing Chelsea, you put so much time and energy into doing the show that everything else goes to pot.
Yeah.
So,
I
Of
understand
course.
the nursery was dissolving, and I was only just getting started with my garden 25 years ago.
that. Yeah.
And I just didn't have time to devote that much time and effort to just a Chelsea flower show.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
now felt I had a little more time, and this was a much smaller event because I was doing it with 7 other nurseries.
Right.
There were 8 of us doing it.
So it was an exhibit
joint
rather,
venture.
rather
Sorry?
than so it's an exhibit rather than doing kind of a show garden.
I never had done a show garden.
Oh, okay.
I'd always done an exhibit, but I'd done an exhibit on my own.
Right.
Okay.
And although it was small by Chelsea standards, it was quite a lot bigger than what I did here.
Oh gosh, yeah.
This was like doing 7 or 8 small exhibits all right next door to each other. We all had our own
okay.
exhibit,
Yeah.
But-
Well, that's nice.
but we had each other. And
Yeah.
A, it wasn't so big, and B, we didn't have to be there the whole time. We could, somebody else could take over.
Oh, that's
great.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
particularly
we like
nice.
sharing things.
Yeah, share the stress as well. And
Yeah.
your husband Peter, he's an architect, is that
Yes,
right? And
yeah.
we heard on Gardener's World how he built you this magnificent greenhouse to your,
So
or
jealous.
designed it to your specification,
Yeah.
and we were immensely jealous of that.
Yeah,
we took
so
away-
You should be.
Yeah. Well, and especially if you saw our greenhouse, very humble in comparison. But we did take away one thing from you, which was, having ventilation everywhere,
Yeah.
every which way you can have it.
Every which way.
And you had it so you had these kind of louvre windows at the top. Is that right?
Yep.
To open up whole walls of it.
Yeah.
But I saw on your Instagram that Peter designed or built the stand for your display.
Yeah.
For your exhibit.
Yeah. He didn't design it, but he built the
Oh, okay.
structure. Yeah.
So again, it was to your spec, right?
Yeah.
And that must be so nice. You just said like this, and
Yeah.
it appears.
Yeah.
The other thing that we were reading up about you was your background. So how you grew up in Connecticut, is that right?
Yep.
You had a
Yep.
mum who was very, very green-fingered.
Yeah.
And you hated gardening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Naturally.
And then it was when you got to Ireland and you had this mountainside cottage, very sort of humble abode, and you had all this overgrown grass that you then discovered kind of a secret garden.
Yep.
And so when you were working on that garden, what was it about it that really gave you the bug of gardening?
I think basically the fact that it appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody knew there was a garden there, or at least I didn't know.
Wow.
And it just we got rid of the grass, And I spent the rest of the summer taking out anything that looked like it was going to try to take over. And by the end of the summer, there was a pretty little flower garden. And how on earth did that happen? And then the other side of that is when you plant, I hardly planted anything in there, but I did plant a few things. And if you plant something and then it grows, like it said, thank you, yes,
Yeah.
please. That is so satisfying. That is
So
just so
rewarding.
amazing. I wasn't expecting anything I planted to grow,
Yeah.
and that was very addictive. Oh, then I want to do that again.
Yeah,
Ooh,
of
yes,
course.
that's
Oh
fun.
yeah, of
It really
course.
is addictive, isn't it? Sweet Peas
Yeah.
found that especially. So you didn't necessarily buy anything in for that garden. It was just stuff
No.
you were finding in amongst all the overgrowth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's so
Yeah.
amazing.
It was like the secret garden. It was just
Yeah.
rescuing what was already there.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
So
but
that,
tiny. I mean, it was all of, maybe 6 feet across.
yeah. Oh, right.
Oh,
Tiny, tiny,
It
tiny.
sounds like an incredible place. It mentions how you had to dig your own loo. Is that right? Your own
That's
toilet?
right. Every day you went out with a shovel.
Oh, every day you had to dig a new
Every
spot.
day. We
Every
didn't dig
day.
a loo. You just went and buried your excrement somewhere in the woods.
oh my gosh.
Hoped somebody else didn't try to dig in the same place the next day. It was only me, and then after 6 months, somebody else. There was two of us after a while, but
So you
no,
just
it was.
had your own patches. You can dig over there.
Yeah,
I'll dig over
you
there.
you go your way. I'll go my way.
And then you came back to the UK, or you came to the UK because of Peter's studies as architect.
Yeah, I went back to the U.S. to learn more about gardening.
Oh, really?
And yeah, because I could tell I was hooked. There wasn't going to be any chance I was going to do anything else.
Yeah, because you got
Yeah,
a psychology degree. Is that right?
I do, and I've never used it.
Never used it. So
Never used it.
it's been gardening all the way then since
Well,
Ireland.
since Ireland has been gardening all
Yeah.
the way.
Wow.
Incredible. So how many years would you say that was?
Whew, I was probably 22. I'm now 77. So about
Okay.
whatever,
Whatever that is.
55 years or something. I don't know. I can't do math.
And then how did the special plants nursery come about?
Oh, well, I spent a good 20 years resisting, trying really hard not to run a nursery.
Oh, really?
Because
Why?
everybody knows that nurseries don't make any money.
Okay.
And we needed money.
Yeah.
Being a novice starving architect is not a very lucrative occupation. And we needed money. We had small children, and I would take little part-time jobs doing various things, not gardening. But meanwhile, gardening and making more plants and more plants and more plants. And eventually I started selling them just to make more room in order to get some more plants and to get some more money to buy some more plants. And it just very gradually crept in the back door. I was busy saying, no, I'm not running a nursery. And
And it came.
it grew slowly. And then we went to America for 6 months for a sort of sabbatical year for my husband. He was teaching in Oregon. And I met a woman who was running a big nursery, making good money, selling interesting plants, not just selling crap. She was selling really interesting plants.
Oh wow.
And I thought, damn it, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I loved her, and I went and volunteered for her, one day a week while we were there. And I came home and I threw myself into the nursery 24 hours a day. I never looked back. I mean, it's been my
Wow.
whole life ever since. It was
Yeah.
not my whole life at all before that. Gardening was, but
You
not the
didn't want
nursery.
it. You didn't want it before. You were like, stay away.
Go away. Stop tempting me. I knew it would be fun. And it is really fun, but they're right. Nurseries don't make money.
No.
I
So
mean, they pay their way.
Yeah.
I probably I might make the living wage. I certainly do make the minimum wage.
Okay.
After, what is it? I've been doing this since I was 40, so 37 years, and I'm making
Yeah.
the living wage. That's
Yeah.
not really all that admirable. But I am doing exactly what I want to do,
Exactly.
and I get an amazing and wonderful garden out of it.
Yeah.
All expenses paid. Thank
plants.
you very
All
much.
expenses, but well, there's a
Yeah,
lot to be
that's
said for
nice.
that.
Oh wow.
And I get to meet the loveliest people. I mean, my
Yeah.
customers are so nice. I've hardly had an unpleasant customer in 37
Yeah.
years. I mean, gardeners are just lovely people.
Oh, so interesting you say that, because we've done around about 20 of these Chit-Chats, and after every one we go, oh God, this is so nice. Everyone's just so nice.
Exactly.
Down
They're
to
so
earth.
nice.
Down to earth.
Down to earth. The big question, there is one very basic question you've got to figure out the answer to. Do only nice people like gardening, or does gardening make people nice?
That's
Oh.
such...
Which
see,
way round is it? Does gardening push you in that direction? Or you wouldn't even think about it if you weren't a nice person?
and the reason you're asking that question is because of your psychology background.
Yeah, the philosophy is coming out.
Well, this is my research project for my antediluvian PhD.
I think you got a thesis there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good one.
So with your special plant nursery, how many people do you employ?
They're virtually all part-time. There's a lot of them, maybe 14 or 15 of them, but on any given day, there's maybe 4 or 5 people here.
Okay. And do you have many volunteers who work with
No.
you? No, so they're all
I
paid.
basically don't do volunteers. They take up too much headspace. If I had somebody who just came and did something, that would be one thing, but it isn't like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess in some very, very lucky instances, or after a few years of volunteering, but it hasn't been great for me, the volunteer thing. I mean, I've had lovely people, but
It takes a lot of time and effort.
it takes too much in my head. I'm somebody who
Yeah.
has too many things going on in my head anyway.
Yeah.
And I just,
I understand.
yeah, I need the space.
Yeah.
Are your plants available online, or
No.
is it just you
Seeds
go to your
online
place?
and
Seeds
young
online.
plants, rooted cuttings, seedlings of odd things available online. But anything that you have to pack up in a big box and lug to the post office, no.
Yeah,
That's too much like
okay.
work.
That's
Yeah.
again a lot of headspace, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Too much
And
space.
just not much fun.
And bubble wrap.
Selling plants to a human being is fun.
Yeah,
Putting plants in a box is not fun.
yeah.
No.
So you're still doing this with the special plant nursery. How long are you going to continue?
Well, that is a good question. People have been asking me that since I was 65, and I have no answer. I mean, I don't think I'll be doing it when I'm 95,
Why not?
so I put a marker there. I intend to stop when I'm 95.
Okay, that's
Okay.
I don't know. I have
until
no
you're
idea.
95.
We'll put the marker.
Well, we have you here to talk about your dream garden.
And dream
We
plants.
have many more questions to ask, but we should hopefully pick them up through the course of this chat. So I'm going to hand you over to Sweet Pea, and she will take you through it.
Okay.
Well, righty-ho. For the dream garden, anything you want at all, what would be the garden boundary?
Okay, I've been daydreaming good and proper, so this garden doesn't
great.
really have a boundary.
Oh,
Right?
Oh.
No. The boundary, effectively, there's a cliff on one side, but that's not the end of it. There's a woods at the top of the cliff with a small river coming through it that's going to flow over the cliff in a magnificent waterfall. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Right? This is a
this
dream
is
we're
fantastic.
talking here. Dream.
This is a dream.
And though it's basically a water garden and there's lots of water flowing through, and in the far distance away from me, outside the garden, there are orchards.
Right.
I probably don't own the orchards. Maybe that's a border there.
Someone else can tend to
Somebody
this.
else can look after the trees. I just
Yeah,
want to watch
yeah.
the blossom and eat the
Sure.
apples. And
Pinch some apples. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a walk.
So
Yeah.
is it basically the end, as you look out, the end of your garden has woodland, and then beyond the woodland is that cliff face?
No, behind
the
me is the cliff, and at the top of the cliff is the woods. In front of
Ah.
me is the garden and the orchards.
Oh, I see.
Orchards at a lower level, stepping
Gotcha.
downhill. So I'm looking south down the hill
Yeah.
when I'm in the garden. Well, you could look any direction, but
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to go south.
Got you. I see. And this magnificent waterfall sounds beautiful. And is there sea anywhere nearby?
no, I hadn't thought of the sea. I don't think so. Maybe you could drive to the sea, but it's not. You can't see it.
It's not something you need to have in your
Yeah.
garden or from your garden.
Have you got any particular place in the world you'd want this garden?
Well, I have a climate. You can define the place by the climate. You can find me the perfect place. I will have 1 month of winter.
1 month?
1 month. Nice freezing, cold, bright winter.
Right.
Sunshine and freezing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And then I'll have 5 months of spring. Mild, mostly sunny, but gentle rains, especially at night. And I'll have 2 months of summer, good and hot, sunny. And then I'll have
The rest.
whatever else I need in order to make it up.
4 months of autumn.
4 months of autumn.
Yeah, I was trying to do the maths then.
You
Yes.
see, maths is all of our strong points. You can tell.
All of, yeah.
Right, so
So
that
if you
is
find
very
me that
specific.
place, then I'll go there.
Where
Okay.
could that be? We need to get the globe out, Sweet Pea. Stick a
behind
pin on
me.
it. Yeah.
I need to figure it out.
There are places people talk about in. There's a particular place in the sort of foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, I think, in America, or places in New Zealand that are supposed to have, your perfect gardening climate. I haven't
Oh,
ever really
wow.
investigated because I'm not moving. My
No.
garden
Nope.
is too beautiful where it is. I'm not
Stay
moving
put.
anywhere.
And
But
where
I
you
would
are
think it might
is
be one of that sort of place.
you're near Chippenham, is that right? Wiltshire.
My postal address is Chippenham, but I'm much closer to Bath. I'm
Ah, okay.
20 miles from Chippenham and 6 miles from
Yeah.
Bath.
So what sort of climate do you have there?
Uh, it's not too bad. We have quite a high rainfall, probably 45 inches.
Right.
Reasonably well distributed, and cold winters. We get snowed in pretty much every winter, but that's because
Wow.
we're at the bottom of a long, steep, very curvy lane. So, I mean, we're not usually snowed in for long, for a day or two. We have
Yeah.
a pond that freezes. It's a cold garden. It's quite high up, about 700 feet. It is
All right.
windy, which has
Okay.
its pluses and its minuses. It's hard on the plants, the wind, but it keeps them healthy, keeps them vigorous
Air
and strong and
ventilation. Oh, okay.
resistant.
Oh,
And they're not
interesting.
like, although it's cold, it's not a frost pocket. Things don't rot. It's not damp, that damp,
Okay.
sodden cold. It's
Yeah.
air moving cold.
Yeah.
Feels bloody cold.
So it's pretty good though for the purposes of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
south-facing slope, which is absolute heaven.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you
sounds
like
beautiful.
it being on a slope?
I, it's more work, but it's infinitely more beautiful
Yeah.
Yeah.
and more.
'cause you
There's
get
so
the
much more
view.
variety, more you can do with it.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
on board.
And the south-facing slope is warmer than
Yeah.
any
Oh, yeah.
horizontal piece of land because it faces the sun better.
It's
Yeah.
like a canvas towards the sun.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
We're on a hillside and we face south and
Yeah.
it's scorching. But we
Yeah.
have sort of
Can
a
scorch.
45-50 degree angle.
It's
we're,
like
I'm
close.
talking, yeah, we have quite a challenge. And
we're reasonable. I don't think we're 45 degrees, but we must be 30.
yeah. So have you
wow.
terraced the garden then?
Yeah, not all of it, but a great
Okay.
many things. In order to get any flat land, you have to build a wall.
Sure. And so you use brick, stone walls.
Yeah, most of it. This was a farm.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was a derelict barn on a derelict farm, and so there was a lot of material here until
Oh, lovely.
the first 10 years of building bits of the garden. We were just reusing what was already here.
Oh, isn't
Eventually,
it
we
so
had to.
exciting when you find a big rock and you know where you could use that? I never
Yes.
thought I'd be saying that. You know, there was a time when I
A
used to
rock,
go out
a really
dancing,
good
but
rock.
now if I find a rock, I'll just cause a celebration. Little dance to have her in the kitchen.
I remember coming home from school one time and finding a pile of rocks outside, and Mum just going to me, "Guess what we're making? A pond." And I was like, "Okay." Right. Would you like a shed or a greenhouse?
I want basically a summer house. I've always wanted to be able to sleep outside, but in America you can sleep outside in the summer. But in England, if you sleep outside in the summer, in the morning you wake up soaking wet, even if it hasn't rained. The dew is just horrendous, and I just
so
want a
true.
roof over my head
Yeah.
that allows me to
Yes.
sleep outside. So and also that will double as a place to sit when it's raining and to be outside and still be in the garden.
Got
So I
it.
want a summer
Lovely.
house.
What sort of size are we talking?
Not very big. I don't know, 12-foot square, 15-foot square,
So you're
something
thinking
like
a
that.
square one, not one of these hexagonal ones. Just
I just want a roof, really.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think it doesn't want walls, but it does want some way of keeping the bedding dry. So
Yeah.
maybe it needs one wall with the bed built into that or something. So
Will you
that
have a wood burner there or anything like that?
no,
No.
This is we're talking outside
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer house. That sounds
summer house. Yeah,
lovely. So open-sided summer
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. Any particular colour?
I don't care. Wood,
Wood. Just wood. Okie
just wood.
dokie.
I just want a roof.
Someone give me a room.
I asked for this for my 60th birthday, and he
Yeah.
built this beautiful. He does build beautiful things.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What do you call it? Pagoda, not pagoda, pergola
Yeah.
thing. But he wanted to grow vines on it, and he didn't put a roof on it, so I can't sleep under it. It's worthless.
Oh no. So isn't that like a gazebo, isn't it? A gazebo is kind of
Yeah.
a covered
A
pergola, is
gazebo
that right?
like a covered pergola,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And you're
Mm.
not
So
able to shove a roof on that?
well, he wouldn't, it wouldn't
No.
look good. It
Oh,
wouldn't look
okay.
right. He's an architect. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
It's got
Never
to look
mind that it doesn't
pretty.
keep the rain off. It doesn't look right.
Oh no.
All style, no substance. That's what my brother
Yeah.
says.
It is actually. In the US, did you have a summer house that you'd go and sleep out in?
No, we didn't personally have, but I had friends who had a sleeping porch, which is basically what I want.
Off the side
Uh,
of the house.
on the side of the house, a
Oh,
sleeping porch
lovely.
is just a
I love
complete a
those.
completely open porch, but
Oh,
it's screened in so the mosquitoes don't get you.
Of course.
oh, yes, I can
Now
picture
here
this.
we don't really get mosquitoes, not to speak of.
Not
At
so
least I
bad.
don't think we do.
Luckily,
So I don't need the screening here. But
no.
a sleeping porch would do me just as well as a summer house, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either one.
A
It's
lovely
basically to
idea.
be able to sleep outside
Yeah.
without getting wet.
Yeah.
That cottage that you had in Ireland on the mountainside with
Yeah.
the where you had to dig to go to the why were you in this sort of abode? What was the situation for you?
Yeah. You really want a long story?
Yeah, go on.
Yes.
Okay. You can cut all this out if you want. Okay. When I graduated from university, I wanted, okay, let's go back even further.
Yeah.
I did 3 years of that psychology degree. It was a 4-year degree. I did 3 years, and it was 1968. So therefore, I went to San Francisco. I took a year off and went to San Francisco because it was 1968. What else do you do in 1968?
I don't know.
And
Crazy.
when I went back the following year to university to finish, I'd really done enough of my psychology credits. I didn't have to do any more. So I decided I was going to do film. I decided I wanted to be a filmmaker in San Francisco,
Oh, right.
as
Oh
one does.
wow.
So I went back and I did film for a year,
Yeah.
just film and photography and editing and all those things. And then when I graduated, I wanted to get a job in film. Well, I couldn't find a job in film. Boy, I didn't have the right connections.
It's really hard.
It is really hard. Even now, it's hard. Even harder
What kind
then.
of film was it?
I was into documentary films. I
Right.
wanted to be a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I did get a job with something called making something called educational film strips,
All right.
Okay.
which were this very old-fashioned version of educational films that they show in schools. But it was so old-fashioned that they weren't films. They were basically a slideshow with a record player. And as the record player went round, it made this slide advance in the slideshow. There was a
Right.
little kind of some electronic connection.
Wow.
Oh crikey.
And so this is primitive, but I got
Yeah.
a job, a real job. And I worked there for a year in order to make enough money. After about 2 months, I decided I wasn't going to stay there. And I could tell I wasn't going to get a job in film. Anyway, I decided I'd stay for a year and work hard enough and save enough to make enough money to live for a year. And then I'd come back and work for a year and go off and live somewhere for a year.
Oh, nice.
And I
Okay.
just randomly chose England as the place I'm going to go to. So I worked my tail off for a year, saved enough money, went to England.
Good choice.
Not really. I went and lived in London. I didn't really like London. In fact, when I met Peter, I said, I'm not living in England. I don't want to live in England. I've been there. I don't like that. But London isn't quite the same thing.
Not the same.
And
as
I was
luxury,
young
so-
and I didn't have any friends and it wasn't fun.
It's not
Yeah.
like the countryside though. London.
No, it's not like the countryside.
The
Not a
British
bit.
countryside is stunning.
That is stunning.
London's
So
like a different
beautiful.
country, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It
in
is.
comparison?
Yeah. So, just to cut this long story even longer, um, after a while, I began to run out of money. Of course, I hadn't saved enough. So I wrote to them and I said, I had proposed a film strip script about Yeats.
Okay.
I'd done quite a lot of work on Yeats at university. I'd done literature courses, but also even before I went to university, I'd been to a Yeats summer school, and I knew a fair bit about him. And they trusted me. I'd worked on an Emily Dickinson script that I'd rewritten for them, and they knew me by then. So they said yes, and I wrote them a Yeats script during that winter. And in the spring, they were going to send a photographer over to photograph for this script that they accepted. And I said, well, don't bother sending a photographer from America. I'm a perfectly good photographer. Just give me 20 rolls of film and enough money to get there, and we'll see what I can do, and you see if you like it. So they sent me for 2 weeks to Ireland with my 20 rolls of film, and I assiduously took all these pictures and drove myself crazy. Actually, it turns out I absolutely hate taking pictures with somebody else sitting on my shoulder, worrying about what they're thinking about it, and
Yeah.
trying to take a picture that makes a point about Yeats was
Yeah.
horrible. I really hated it. So fortunately, they didn't like my pictures, and they sent somebody else to do the photography. Meanwhile, I was there, and I had found the cottage, and so I stayed for 9 months. That's all. That's
So,
how I was
that's
there.
how you ended
That's a
up
much
there, right.
longer story than you needed.
Was the documentary people, with the documentary people paying for the cottage?
No way.
No,
No way,
you
no.
were
They
just
paid for
coming.
me to go for 2 weeks.
Just the 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
you decided to stay longer.
Yeah.
And it was the garden that kept you there.
No, not really. I wouldn't say the garden kept me there.
No.
The place cost £5 a month.
Right,
So
that would keep you there,
cheap
wouldn't it?
living.
Wow,
And
that's
it was on the
amazing.
side of a mountain with a view of the
Yeah.
sea and the
Oh,
fuchsia
wow.
hedge, and
Yeah.
life was pretty good
No, it
until
does sound
until
quite idyllic.
winter came, and then it was horrible.
Yeah. Did you have heating?
Cold.
No heating. We had a light bulb.
No fire or anything?
Well, there was a fire. Yes,
Okay,
a peat fire,
yeah.
and nothing gives off less heat than a
Then a
peat
peat
fire.
fire. But otherwise,
We
it was
couldn't. I
perfect.
mean, we built a tent of sheets, or not sheets, of quilts around the fireplace in order to try to keep a little bit of heat
And you'd
in
sit
somewhere,
inside the
because it
tent.
just went
Oh, my
straight out
goodness
and
me.
through the
Yeah.
leaky windows, and it was so cold.
My first year at university, the accommodation I was staying in, my glass of water next to my bed would freeze in the winter.
Oh God, that was life.
Made you
You
stronger.
didn't complain.
No, exactly. Anyway, yeah, so the reason I asked you about that was, talking about sleeping outside, it sounds like you
Yeah.
had that quite sort of primitive existence in Ireland, and that sort of being out with nature.
Yeah.
And it sounds rather lovely.
It does. Now, my favourite bit is talking about plants. So, what would be 5 ornamentals for this dream garden?
Ooh, well, first of all, it's mainly a water garden.
Yes.
Right? There's more water than anything else. It's gentle streams sort of meandering through all these little island sort of beds that you can. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Now then, the things that I absolutely couldn't live without. Salvias, infinite numbers of salvias. Do I have to choose just one?
I mean, if you could maybe say some varieties.
Basically, shrubby salvias, all these different colors of shrubby salvias. My probably number one would be Salvia patens giant form, which actually isn't shrubby, it's herbaceous. But it's remarkably hardy. Enormous blue flowers and about 3 foot tall.
Salvia patent giant's form.
Giant form. Yeah.
And is that the one with the huge leaves? Or is it a
It's
small
not
leaf
huge. It has biggish leaves, maybe 3 inches.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You don't think it's that one that we've got, Sweet Pea, do you? The one that is smelly in the end of the summer?
The one that you call smelly armpits, but
Yeah.
smells really nice to me.
Smelly armpits is Salvia turkistanica.
Oh.
Yeah, the housemaid's armpits. Re-sweated on sweat. That's housemaid's armpits. The smell is beyond belief awful.
Oh my gosh, Derry, thank you. Because
But it doesn't have blue flowers.
No one's backing. So purple flowers.
No, there's a white form, and the normal one is sort of pink, and it's the bracts that are colored. You don't notice it
so
until
it's
you look
not this
closely.
one.
No, ours is
That
called
must-
Salvia scleria.
Yes, well, turkistanica is a form of scleria.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it
So
is
there
this
is a
one.
connection
Yeah.
there. Look up Salvia turkistanica. And
Yeah.
it could well be that thing. I won't clean the seed, but there is somebody who works for me who actually likes the smell.
I like the smell.
Sweet Pea likes the smell, and
It
I
smells
hate the
great.
smell.
I
This
can't
is so
abide the smell.
interesting.
If I touch it, I have to wash my hands.
Yeah, it's awful. I can't work on that bed.
Not on board.
But it's
No.
not all season, is it? It's towards the end of its season
Yeah,
when it really
yeah.
lets off that smell.
And it's really
Yeah.
bad for seed cleaning.
It's just awful.
Oh gosh,
But
but
it's
the bees
pretty.
It's quite
love
big,
it.
about 4 or 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. Biennial.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, it's turkistanica.
And it reseeds really well as well. Like
Yeah,
everywhere.
mine doesn't.
Oh,
Yours doesn't.
Do you have quite free draining, dryish soil?
Yeah,
Very.
really
Yeah.
free draining.
Yeah, I have very damp soil.
Oh,
But we
okay.
have not only do we have a high water table,
Yeah.
not water table, high rainfall, but we
Yeah.
also have springs under the garden, so it's
Oh,
we're damp.
right.
Oh, cool.
So your dream garden where you have this stream meandering through, have you seen this somewhere before?
No,
So
I
this
just
is
invented it.
from your mind. This in your perfect
Yeah.
garden is how it'd be.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I love this.
I want to hear the water running all the
Yeah.
time. I want to hear the big waterfall. I want to hear the trickly water.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, there's water.
Water
Beautiful.
everywhere.
You sleep well at night with that.
Yes, in my summer house.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, can you imagine?
Would be so amazing. What would
I
be
wanna
this?
be there.
Yeah, what would be a second ornamental then?
Um, the name has just gone out of my brain. The last tulip to bloom is bright red, brilliant red, and the name has just suddenly vanished. Not Tulipa tarda, not Tulipa sylvestris. Springeri, Tulipa springeri.
Springeri.
Springeri. The brightest red tulip there ever was. And it's the very last one to bloom. It doesn't bloom until June.
Wow.
And it blooms in shade. What's the matter with the thing? It's supposed to be a tulip. Doesn't it realize it's supposed to like the sun? It's so beautiful. And it's brief. I mean, you get 2 weeks of absolute joy. But
Yeah.
it's such a joy. I just couldn't live without that.
Do you have
That's
that in your
lovely.
garden? Your
Yeah.
current garden?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of tulips?
No, not
this
many
one?
at all. I have tulips in pots.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 or 2 lurkers, but basically I have tulips springeri or tulips in pots.
Is there
I
any
think
reason why
most
you
tulips
don't...
are too fancy for the garden.
Oh, really?
They look kind of artificial in the garden.
Yeah. But they do give that nice early colour.
They sure do. They sure do. And I mean, Tulipa ballerina just is such a joy.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
gorgeous.
pretty.
Brilliant
I like that one.
orange when our life is cold and wet and grey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else in that early sort of hunger gap of colour?
Well,
Yeah.
from the really early hunger gap of color, anemone pavonina.
Oh, yeah,
Which is
beautiful.
brilliant red
Yeah.
again. Red, red,
Yeah.
red at a time when nothing is red.
Right. What time of year is that?
That's really early. I mean, late March, early April.
Right.
Oh, lovely. Yeah,
Just
we've got a peony which
gorgeous.
does a bright kind of whitey pink, and it flourishes, and it's really early on.
April.
And
What is
it's
it?
gorgeous.
That's a tree peony we've got.
A tree peony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our earliest. So at the moment we've got some daffodils, which are December blooming daffodils. So that's our colour now.
Yeah.
We actually normally we have a lot of dandelions and blooming, and we have none
Yeah.
blooming at the moment.
No,
allow
that's
them to
true. We haven't got
carpet.
any either. They're not out yet.
No, but this time last year I was looking at old photos. We just had loads of them now. So but it's been an odd year though, actually. Generally with
All sorts.
Do you have any daffodils in your garden?
Yes, quite a few.
So you're all right with those? Just tulips too much?
Tulips are too much. They're too fancy. I love them. It's not to say I don't absolutely love loads of tulips,
Yeah.
but not many of them look comfortable to me in the garden.
Right. Yeah. So is your garden planting quite your not your dream garden, but the one you have now? Is that quite naturalistic planting? How would you describe it?
It's just plants I love that feel all right in that landscape, and a lot of things don't feel all right in that landscape.
Yeah.
So there's no roses.
Right.
Nothing against roses. I love roses, but they don't feel right to me there. They're too gardenesque
Yeah.
Yeah.
somehow.
Too showy.
Too showy.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what you call this for a style, but there are quite a lot of grasses. There are a lot of plants with quite small but very intense colored flowers.
Yeah.
Almost prairie.
Maybe it's
Kind
more
of.
prairie-ish, although it's not really a prairie garden.
No.
But yes, more working in that direction.
We noticed on the Gardener's World show in your segment, you were showing plants that were sort of smaller flowers rather than big showy.
Yeah.
But intense colour.
So your pelargoniums, they were the
Yeah,
more
like
sort of delicate
pelargoniums. I mean,
ones. Yeah.
Most pelargoniums are too showy and fancy
Yeah.
for me, and yet I adore the species pelargoniums with all their little tiny
They're
flowers.
really gorgeous.
Well, I was actually watching you where I previous to that said no, I'm just not a pelargonium fan, and then
No.
you showed a couple, and I was a convert after that.
Well, you
But I
couldn't
didn't
have the right
realise.
pelargoniums.
Yeah, I didn't realise the ones that I would like existed.
Dainty.
So yeah, dainty.
Right. Third ornamental. What would that be?
Oh, well, actually, I was going to choose Daphne Balua for your absolute winter color.
Oh, of course.
Daphne Balua, maybe Jacqueline Postel, or any of them. I don't care. They're all much of a muchness.
So a lovely fragrant shrub to have.
So
in the garden.
incredibly fragrant. I mean, just makes winter worth living.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the 1st of January till really the end of February, something unbelievably fragrant.
Yeah. But they do like it damp, don't they?
They like me. I don't really know. Is that right? They like it damp. I have two huge ones that I just absolutely adore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be your last two ornamentals?
Oh, this is where I should have my piece of paper.
Uh-oh.
What could I just not live without? So many things.
It's hard to make
It's
it
hard,
5.
What about all the hellebores and all the, shade-loving things and impatiens tinctoria and but I did make a decision. Let me go find my piece. Do you mind if I disappear off and look
That's
for my piece of
absolutely
paper?
fine.
Of course
yeah,
you
you
can.
find your piece
I
of
think
paper.
it's probably in that first bedroom.
I get it. There are so many plants that
There are
I cannot
so many
choose.
plants. And also I always come to a complete blank wall when I think, oh, what, should I have this or this? Oh, yeah, here's the piece of paper.
We have the piece of paper.
I have the piece of paper. Oh, yes, Iochroma australe.
Oh, right.
Which does not mean it comes from Australia. The reason Australia is called Australia is because it's south.
Oh, okay.
Australe means from the south.
Oh,
Or
right.
southern.
Oh,
So it's from Iochroma australe is from Chile. And
Right.
Australia is Australia because it's south of here.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
And what is this plant like? Because I haven't
Okay,
heard
it's a
of it.
shrub which I bought as a conservatory shrub because it had these beautiful dark blue dangling trumpets. They're like miniature daturas, tiny little daturas, maybe an inch or 3/4 of an inch,
Okay.
but lots of them,
Okay.
and very pretty. And it was a nice conservatory shrub for about 3 years, and it just got too big. It was like 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide. There was no way I could keep it any longer. So I threw it out for a summer of glory into the garden. I planted it one May, and it's still there 16 years later.
Wow.
Whoa,
And it's
that's
now
an old
12
guy.
foot by 12 foot. And it's
Wow.
a very, very hardy shrub once it's woody and established.
Okay.
It's went through, 16 years. Went through 2009, 10, no problem at all. Never lost a branch, nothing.
So when you had it in your conservatory and then released it into the wild of your garden, was it woody already by that point?
Yes.
Okay. And you
Yes.
planted it straight in the ground, or did you put it out
I
in the
planted
pot
it straight
first?
in the ground.
Straight
I
in.
happened to put it into a raised bed reasonably near the house. So not a bad position. Got lots of sun, had
Well
quite good
drained.
drainage.
Bit sheltered.
The perfect position, but it was quite a good position.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just took off. Never
Wow.
looked back. And it's just beautiful. And the really clever thing, which had nothing to do with me, is the fact that it was a raised bed means you walk underneath it, and
Yeah.
the flowers underneath the branches, these
Oh,
little
lovely.
bells hanging down,
So you see
and
them
you
from
walk
underneath.
looking up into the bells. If you were above it, looking down on it, you would never see the flowers.
Yeah.
No.
God, that sounds
It's just
gorgeous.
absolutely genius.
It sounds
And that
like
flowers
something-
all summer, and it's just one of my number one favorite plants in all the world.
What colour are the bells, did you say?
Deep dark purple.
Wow.
Of course they're purple. I forgot that your
How
favourite
did you
colour is
know?
Oh,
I'm a purple
yes.
fanatic. Everything
Purples,
I
of
wear
course.
is purple.
We should point out that Derry is wearing a purple fleece, a purple polo neck.
I have three different colors of purple here.
Of course
do
it's
love
purple.
purple.
Because this sounds like something that would work well in our garden. We're always looking for sort of big
That would love
shrubby
you.
things.
But don't plant it out until it's really
No.
properly woody, has a trunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can get a frost kind of nip in sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The young plants
Okay.
are very tender. They look like petunias when they first come up. They are related distantly to petunias.
Oh,
So
pretty.
you've propagated from this shrub,
Oh yeah, we grow them from seed.
and you sell them at your nursery.
Yep.
Wow.
And we sell the seed.
I think we know where we're getting ours from.
Shopping list on the way. Right. Well, what's the final ornamental?
Pusidanum officinale. Nobody's ever heard of this.
No.
It has the common name is terrible. It's called hog's fennel.
Hog's fennel.
Hog's fennel. Isn't that just a
That's not
mean
nice, is
name?
it? Yeah, it is.
That's
It's the
name.
most beautiful foliage of any plant really ever. It's very fine, like dill. It's fine as dill, but a bit more substantial. You want to stroke it. It looks like an animal. It's about my biggest one must be about 3 foot by 3 foot, a mound of this bright green, very fine foliage. And the young foliage, when every new leaf as it emerges, is sort of crumpled and copper colored and it looks wet. It looks like a baby bird's wings before the feathers have expanded. It looks like that, but it's sort of coppery and
Wow.
just emerging out of this fat green animal mound.
Oh,
I
amazing.
just absolutely love it. Doesn't often flower. Maybe every 2 or 3 years it throws
Right.
the odd flower.
What sort of flowers are they?
Yellow,
The
yellow.
yellow
It's an
flowers.
umbel. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it's a ferula. It's related to fennels and
Does it
things.
smell
Okay.
like fennel?
No, doesn't have any particular
Doesn't have
smell.
any.
No.
So that's Pesidinium.
Pucedanum, Peuce, and then just officinalis. So they must have
Officinalis.
used it. The monks must have used it medicinally.
Do you have horticultural qualifications?
No, none.
This is all from learning on the job.
Yeah, just growing everything
Yeah.
I see and trying to grow something else and trying
Yeah.
harder. And it's called being old and having done it for a long time.
It's called wisdom.
No way, no way. They're not involved.
Well, Derry, what would now be 5 edible plants for your garden?
Oh yeah, okay. I have 5 good edibles. Crambe maritima, sea kale,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
which is just
Sea kale.
one of my number one favorite things in the world to eat, and it's a handsome beast. Has gorgeous flowers. I mean, you mainly eat the bud, so you don't really let it flowers as little as possible.
Yeah.
It's super easy, good leaves. It's wonderful. Crambe maritima.
In your dream garden, will you have edibles in amongst your ornamentals, or will you
Oh,
have
of course,
dedicated?
naturally.
So you're
No.
not having a dedicated kitchen garden or anything?
No. Well, I might have to have a dedicated kitchen garden for the brassicas because they are really rather ugly in the winter.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
So we got sea kale. What would be the second one?
And the second one is sprouting broccoli. That can go in the kitchen garden.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it is my favorite vegetable. It's right up there with asparagus.
Yeah.
We've
Isn't
got
it?
some
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up at the moment, and I'm watching. We've got purple sprouting broccoli, and I'm
Yes.
just watching it come to bud. I'm like, yes, sparkles.
We're also trying asparagus. We put that in. We know
are.
it's going to be a lengthy process, but we've dedicated a little bed to it, and they're
Fantastic.
still all standing erect, and hopefully they're going to do their thing in
They'll
time.
do their thing.
Hopefully, what would then be the third one?
The third one is real peas. Not snap peas or snow peas, but peas.
Yeah.
But somebody
Real-
else can grow them.
Okay.
I'll just
Why is
harvest
that?
them.
Why
I'm
is
going to
it
go
you want to
by
grow
in
them?
my float down one of these little streams and just pick peas and eat them. I'm never going to cook them. I'm just going to have them there in the garden waiting for me to
Oh
pick
yeah.
and eat.
There's
There's
I don't
nothing
think
better.
you've ever experienced a pea properly until you've picked a fresh one and eaten it immediately.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sensational, isn't it? I'm
Sensational.
intrigued by this floating along beneath getting your peas. Are you floating just on your back, or are you in a boat?
Well, I was wondering about that. I first thought boat, and then I thought, no, I want it maybe like a little rubber ring sort of thing, and
Okay.
it's going to bump into the sides, and then
Yeah.
because there's a little gentle
Ricochet.
current going along, and it's going to
Lovely.
float me here and there, wherever it feels like, and bumpity
Derry,
bump.
this is the best garden. So you're in a rubber ring floating
Yeah.
in a stream, bumpity bump.
Picking peas.
Picking
Picking
peas.
peas.
This sounds so cool. I mean, wow.
Do you have any particular, I was going to say make of pea, any particular,
Well,
what's the word I'm looking for?
when I started
Variety,
life,
thanks.
I really only grew vegetables. I was a mad keen vegetable garden. I was
All right.
Mrs. Organic Vegetable in America when
Well,
I went back.
Isn't that where you met Peter, where you were
Yeah,
helping make
making an
best-
organic vegetable garden.
Yeah.
And he came to help. And in those days, I would have given you an answer, but shortly after, or eventually after I started the nursery, I figured out that you can't
Can't do
have
it
a
all.
good vegetable garden and run a good nursery because they
No.
both demand you 24 hours a day in March and April.
Yeah.
And there's only one of me, and so I gave up the vegetables, and Peter took them on. So Peter now grows the vegetables, and he won't grow peas
Oh.
because you just don't get enough product for
Yeah.
your effort, and there
Yeah.
often are problems, and you get little caterpillars, or they fail, or something else
Yeah.
eats them, or blah blah blah. So he only grows snap peas and snow peas. That's why I'm
Okay.
going to make somebody else grow my peas.
I got it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So so he doesn't grow them. So I don't know the answer anymore.
No.
Beans
Shame.
are a really good harvest. I find you don't need to grow many plants to get like a huge harvest and a continued harvest as well through
What,
long
peas?
season. No, beans.
Beans. Oh yeah, no, beans. We grow loads of beans, and I love
French
beans.
beans especially.
And I do have a perfect bean, which you won't find here really, which is a Kentucky Wonder Bean,
All right.
which I grew up eating. When I was a child, if it wasn't a Kentucky Wonder Bean, I wasn't eating it.
Oh, okay.
Right? It has the best flavor of any bean.
So what makes this bean A, Kentucky, and B, Wonder?
I don't know what makes a Kentucky Wonder. I just can tell you it's the best bean there is. When I was growing beans, it was the best one. I mean, that was 50 years ago. Maybe there are better ones.
What's it like? Is it like a French bean type thing, or runner bean, or?
It's more like a French bean. I don't like runner beans.
So
it's a big French bean.
Oh, yummy.
Lovely.
And it doesn't go stringy.
Oh,
and
that's great.
Very good flavor.
You've never tried to smuggle back seeds from Kentucky?
Shh. Hush, hush.
Gotcha. Well, nothing to see here.
No, nothing happened. Well, would that be one of your plants in one of your edibles?
No, it's not one of my. Not because I got to get sweet corn in there.
Okay. We'll give it an honourable mention to
if
the
I
Kentucky
had
Wonder Bean.
an honourable mention for the beans, the Kentucky Wonder Bean. Sweet corn, if there was only one vegetable in the world, it should be sweet corn. If I was only allowed one thing.
Okay.
That I really, and again, like peas, if you don't grow your own, forget it.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Unless
you can pick it in somebody else's garden. Don't bother. Don't buy it. It's not worth eating if you buy it in the shop.
Does Peter grow sweet corn?
Yes. We have a lot of sweet corn.
Great. Do you know what variety you're having?
You have to use short season ones. So I started out. I went to a seed place in Maine because they're really short season in Maine. Really? Because the really good American varieties aren't very good here because we haven't got a long enough, hot enough summer.
No.
And now there's a good question. I have to say we import our sweet corn seeds from America in order to get these extra special, fast, short season varieties. I think nowadays in England you probably can buy short season varieties, but that's the important thing. And I prefer white corn if I can get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you be happy to share where you get this from in the US?
Yes. Okay. Johnny's Seeds is this Maine place. And I'll ask Peter what his current one is. I'm not sure if he thinks it's the world's best or not. I can't remember.
Okay. And that's a white corn?
No, we didn't have white corn this year. It was yellow. I take what I'm given, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy if it's sweet corn.
As long as it's sweet corn, we're all good. What would be then the last edible plant?
Well, actually, I think it would be chicory. Sort of the opposite.
Oh, lovely.
Ideally, if I could, we're not very good at growing chicory, Peter at this point. But it's the chicons, either what we call Belgian endive, those tight chicons, or radicchio, or the hearting chicories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of those.
The ones that you'd have in a salad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are really nice because otherwise they can be quite bitter. But it's that proper heart.
I quite
really
like
nice.
bitter, a bit of bitter. But the radicchio and the Belgian endive, you have a different word for Belgian endive. I can't remember what it is. The really tight, long, thin.
I know the one you mean.
Pale green, very tight.
I only know that the Belgian endive is not a Belgian endive, but then you do have other different types of chicory, which are really different. It feels like a completely different
I'm
plant.
on board with those because I do like that slight bitterness, but not like bitter where it's like, okay.
Yeah, not like unbearable bitterness, but just a hint of bitter is really nice.
Do you like rocket then?
Yes, I love rocket.
Rocket's bitter. Yeah, we tried doing rocket kind of last year, so we had like a whole bed of rocket, but it was the annual rocket.
Yeah.
And that was really, really nice. We made the most amazing pesto with it.
Great.
It's
lovely as a
great
pesto.
stuff.
The trouble with it is it doesn't, you want to keep planting it, keep sowing it, so you have young rocket all the time.
Yeah, we had these little beetles that were sort of taking
Oh,
us
yes.
out, but that was
Horrible.
okay.
Teeny ones.
Have you heard of square foot gardening?
No?
It seems to be a big thing in the US, and you basically lay out your bed into square feet, and then they have grids where you can see how many lettuce you can plant per square foot. But the important thing is how you fertilize and how you nourish the soil to really be able to crowd.
Are you nourishing and fertilizing the soil differently in every square foot?
No, the same in all. But there's a certain mix that they have in the US that they're using, and this really seems to be taking off, and people are having huge success. And these plants are packed together, taking up, as the name suggests, taking up very, very little space, and packing far more than you'd ever dream of putting your seeds in, and just getting so much produce from them. We tried it, but we didn't get the soil mix right, so we're going to have to. We'll have another go in one of our beds this year.
You've got to work the soil more than you would, because obviously more plants taking up more nutrients.
Sucking loads out.
When you say you work the soil, are you digging?
No, you don't mean that, do you? You mean as in
just
putting in the right
stuff on top.
nutrients?
Like green manure, because that we're trying this season as well. Do you do any green manure?
When I was vegetable gardening, I did do green manures. Peter doesn't.
Right.
Okay.
And Peter likes to dig.
Did I ask? He's not no dig then.
He's not no dig. He's less dig than he used to be, but he's not no dig. He thinks that's the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
It's his garden. He does it his way.
My dad's definitely a digger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rotavator. Now then, what would be the statement tree in your dream garden?
Okay. Can I have two?
You can have an honourable mention, but you can only have one.
The tree is Stewartia pseudocamellia.
Stewartia,
like Stuart,
yeah.
Which I've never been able to grow because it needs acid soil.
Yeah.
And it has the most beautiful bark in the whole world. I mean, just unbelievable colors and patches, shades, just gorgeous bark. And it makes a lovely big tree. And I would love to have one of those.
Does it have flowers like camellia flowers?
No.
No flowers?
Not that I know of. Yes, I think it does have flowers. The one I fell in love with was when we lived in Oregon. Up at the top of the hill there was one, and it was very big. I mean, big. I never noticed the flowers. Maybe we're there at the wrong time of year. Or maybe it was just so big it was flowering way out of sight.
Yeah.
But I think they do flower.
So what's the pseudo-camellia part of it then?
Well, presumably it does have flowers that look like camellias, I guess.
Or are the leaves similar to camellias?
No, not at all. No,
Not
it's
at
a
all.
deciduous tree,
Right.
Okay.
not an evergreen.
Okay, but acid soil like a camellia.
Yeah.
Lovely. What's the honourable mentioned one that you wanted to talk about?
I want a grove, please. Not just one, a grove of Acer grisium. Again, for the bark.
Right.
I'm a bark person.
Is this the sort of quite peely, multicoloured bark?
Yeah. It's peeling, not really multicolored, all shiny,
Coppery.
peeling, red-brown.
Yeah.
What's the common name for that? I think someone else
Paper
had this
bark
one.
maple, I think.
Oh, that was
Isn't
it,
that right?
yeah.
Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
I do love that. I remember when I was very young, there was one quite near our house, and I just always thought it was so amazing, this paper
So
stuff, and
beautiful.
it slightly shiny. Yes, just
And when the
gorgeous.
sun
Wow.
comes through it from the other side, it's just to die for.
It was
I
gorgeous.
very, very stupidly planted one when we came. Why didn't I plant 10?
Oh, I see.
One is worthless.
Really? So
It's
it needs
a
to be
very
a grove
small,
of them.
slow-growing tree, and one really isn't all that significant.
Right.
Okay.
But they get to quite a decent size, don't they?
Well, not like maple size.
No.
Not
Okay.
proper Acer size. They're small trees.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, I'm very happy with that choice. Right.
Sorry, just a quick apropos of absolutely nothing. We've had two guests on who've mentioned your place.
Oh, really?
And
Great.
Who
who were they?
one is Lucy from Foster Irises.
Oh, yeah?
She's out sort of southeast direction.
Uh-huh.
And she was talking about what an inspiration you've been. And another one closer to home for you is Tom Biocentric. He's
Oh,
just
you're
in
kidding.
Somerset.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know Tom?
Yeah,
Because I think he
know
sells
Tom.
at
He's
the
lovely.
plant fairs.
Yeah.
So we had him on just the other week.
Oh, I'll go look at his.
Yeah, well, he talked about how you grow gravel garden plants, and he was telling us how you set it all up and work it.
Yeah.
And they both had so much to say about you.
Great. Love it.
Yeah,
That was.
So I should mention that before I forget.
Of course. Back to the dream garden. Would you like a pond or a pool? And what plant would you have in that area?
Well, it's basically all water with just a few islands in it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
this is true.
Of course. I've just realised how stupid my question sounds. It's a water garden.
Yeah.
It is a water
It is
garden.
a water garden.
But so we've got streams. Is there any sort of pondy part to it?
Like a lagoon area?
Or is it just streams with islands in?
I think it's basically streams through beds, sort of meandering, lots of meandering streams, and then beds, biggish beds. At the bottom of the waterfall, there's a plunge pool.
Okay. We'll put the plunge pool then.
Plunge pool. That doesn't have any, because the water is pouring down in there. So I don't think it has any plants in it.
So you can sit there and get your back massaged by the waterfall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lovely.
Sounds beautiful.
And what would be like a water plant that you'd like?
Probably my favorite water plant. But it wouldn't be so good here. It needs still water.
Okay.
But it'd be just in the little backwater areas where not so much stream activity. They could have this. Aponogeton, I forget the second word, but there is only, I think, the one. Aponogeton, Aponogeton, which is a South African water plant, which they eat the flowers. In fact, the South African name for this plant is a waterblommetjie, a little water flower. And they make waterblommetjie stew.
Wow.
Whoa, which is basically a lamb stew with the buds of this plant in it. They
amazing.
Have very pretty, small, fragrant white flowers, which you eat, and that you can eat them in salad as well. They're a bit too floral for me. They're a bit perfumey. I'm not sure. I don't really like to eat them, but they are very edible and they're interesting. Yeah. But they're a bit too much like flowers, if you see what I mean. For me, personally.
Too floral.
But they're very pretty. They're too floral, and they cover the surface of the water to the extent that it looks like in South Africa, driving by, you see them raising them for this. They sell in a supermarket. You can buy a bag of waterblommetjies, and it looks as though it's just growing on solid ground because it's completely, the leaves totally solidly cover the water. You can't see it at all. They bloom virtually all year round, and they're fragrant enough to actually, in the winter, you notice the scent in the garden. In the summer, more going on, you don't notice it so much. But there's a drift of waterblommetjie smell in the garden, which often in the winter, which is really lovely.
Where have you seen this then?
I have my pond here is stuffed full of it, and I saw it in South Africa as well.
Right. Yeah. Was it on seeing it in South Africa that you introduced it to your pond?
Well, the really weird thing is, I was in South Africa going, oh, isn't this wonderful? And Peter went and bought, Peter, who never has any interest in any plant and never has bought anything for the garden. While I was away, he bought this plant and put it in the pond. And I said, oh, that'll never live. That's South Africa. And I've just come back from South Africa. I thought, it's pretty, but that was a silly thing to buy. It won't live. And it's still there 20 years later.
Was it coincidence that he had bought it, or had you mentioned it?
I don't really know. It was a long time ago. But it was very weird. I mean, I swear, I think it's the only thing he's ever introduced to the garden.
Oh, how funny. What the chances? Yeah. And does it spread and take over, or do you have to control it quite well?
You have to control it, but it's not at all difficult to control. And it stops. It's a much nicer thing to have than blanket weed, which is sort of the alternative.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It will cover the surface so that you're not going to get blanket weed and such like.
Well, we're now on the last question for the Dream Garden. What would be your favourite seating area and one drink to have there, and then finally one last plant for that area?
Well, other than sitting under the waterfall.
Yes, getting your back massaged.
Yeah, getting my back massaged. My favourite seating area. Well, I guess one needs two. You need a shady one, which will be the summer house, basically.
Okay.
And a sunny one, where you're going to luxuriate. So I think the sunny one had better be near the waterfall. It's pounding water. And if it got too hot and too sunny, you just move a little closer and you get the spray off the waterfall.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So something, I think it's better be a very comfortable sort of seat that you can loll about in. Being a gardener, I'm not very good at sitting down in my garden.
No,
of course.
Gardeners never are.
Dead head, cut back, plant that.
Yeah. But the idea of, a sunny place where one could sit on a warm and sunny day and luxuriate is a very nice idea. And you'd want a nice smelly plant there, I think.
Mm.
So you'd have to have a sequence of plants for different times of year. So you might have your Daphne Balua there. Although you wouldn't want to go sit outside in the middle of January, really, frankly.
No, probably
No.
not.
In June, you'd want Matthiola peren alba, the perennial white stock, incredibly fragrant.
Is that the plant you want to have?
Yeah, I guess I better have that, although it only lasts about a month.
Or is it the one that you want?
I'm just thinking, what else is wonderfully smelly that you want to have there? Because the one of the things you want a smell that drifts.
Yes.
Mathiol
So
is
you do
really
want a
drift.
honeysuckle or a jasmine or anything like that?
Yeah, maybe a climber there would be very nice over the seat. Jasmine is gorgeous, but I can't bear it inside. It's too much. Outside,
Yeah.
where it's a little drifty, it's lovely, but
Yeah.
I can't bear it.
I
I
hear
used to
you.
have a jasmine in my conservatory, and
No, I
Overpowering.
wouldn't be able to cope
overwhelming.
indoors with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I almost find it overpowering outside. We
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
near where we eat outside. We've
Yeah.
got a honeysuckle and a jasmine. At some points of the year,
The two
it just-
together.
Yeah, very
Woohoo,
perfumey.
woohoo. Interesting. Most of the seriously smelly things are winter blooming. Sarcococa, the Daphne. We could have another Daphne. We'll have Daphne. What's it called? Winter sunshine. Winter. That sort of old blooming Daphne. What the hell is it called? Daphne.
Do you want me to look it up? Let me see.
Yeah.
There's Daphne odora.
No, that's nice in the spring, but this one's much longer blooming. It's a new new-ish 10 years ago cultivar. There's one right by my front door.
Okay, that one.
That one.
The one by the front door.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can find as odora.
I could go look it up. I could actually ask somebody. Most of the people who work here are plant mad. What's that wonderful Daphne that blooms all the time? The new one that blooms all the time. What? Eternal fragrance. That's it.
Eternal
Oh.
okay.
Yeah. Eternal fragrance. Winter sun.
So you'd have that instead of the Matiola?
I'd probably have that instead of the Mathiola.
So that's the Daphne
dokie.
transatlantica. Does that?
I
ring a
think it's a form of Transatlantica, isn't it? Eternal fragrance.
Okay.
I think.
And then what would be your drink for that area to sit down
Well,
and
it depends on the
relax
time of day. So
with? Okay.
before 6, tea. After 6, champagne. This is my dream
Good
garden,
choice.
after all.
A woman after my own
Cool.
heart. Sounds perfect.
I absolutely love that. Well, I think I've got everything written down.
Right.
I will read back to you your kind of menu of the
Okay.
garden to see, just in case you go, oh, that was not the right choice. Right. Garden boundary, no boundary, but we're going to have a cliff kind of behind you with woods at the top, with river flowing through. It's a water garden, so there are lots of kind of streams going around the beds. There's an orchard in the far distance, not yours, but you can still go and pick stuff there.
Yep.
That's very important. Climate, 1 month of winter, 5 months of spring, 2 months of summer, 4 months of autumn. Then you wanted a summer house to sleep outside in a place to sit while it's raining, approximately 12-foot squared.
Don't forget the waterfall.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh, I'm getting to the
Okay.
waterfall. That's at the end. That's the plunge pool there.
All right.
And also possibly kind of a sleeping porch area so you can sleep outside in. Then 5 ornamentals and your 5 edibles, which are mixed together. We've got salvias, shrubby ones, kind of like patterns, giant form, tulipa spingerai, Daphne bula, Ichroma australa, hog's fennel, because I couldn't pronounce the Latin name, sorry about that. Then you had sea kale, sprouting broccoli, real peas, but someone else will be sowing those for you. Sweet corn, the short season varieties, chicory, the hearting varieties. Then you had special mention to Kentucky Wonder Pea.
Beans.
Beans, sorry.
Can we also have a special mention to Derry floating down in a rubber ring, ricocheting off the banks, picking her peas?
Yes, oh my gosh, of course. I forgot to mention that. But then your one tree was the Stuartia pseudocamellia with an honourable mention to the Acergrysium, and you wanted a kind of grove of those.
Yeah.
Then we get to the plunge pool with the waterfall in it for a back massage. And the plant that you wanted for then a kind of still water area was the Aponogetum, the South African water plant. And then finally, seating area, we had one shady one, which was the summer house, sunny one, near the waterfall, comfy, loungy seating area. Honourable mention to Matiola peren. And then the plant that you wanted was the Daphne Eternal Fragrance. Finally, before 6, cup of tea, after 6, champagne.
Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. Well done.
I mean, it's ram-packed.
I'm going to be joining you in that garden. I'll come sit in your waterfall with you.
Oh, great. Come anytime.
Well, thank you very much. That's been a good chit-chat with Derry.